rope still swayed in the midnight breeze, above old boards and dying trees. Dust blew low through the empty square, like dead men's prayers still hanging there. I walked alone with my hat pulled low, past the place where they let him go. My brother swung for a crime I knew, and I kept silent like cowards do. The whiskey burned like rusted nails, while moonlight washed the county rails. That gallows wood still called my name, like guilty carved it in the grain. Midnight on the gallows, hear me cry, Lord, I've lived too long beneath this lie. I let blood fall and truth grow cold, and sold my soul for fear and gold. If mercy still can reach this town, lift this sinner from the ground before that rope comes down for me. Set my soul and conscience free. Preacher spoke, but I ran away. Left that town in black disgrace. Played my cards in outlaw bars, beneath dead moons and prison stars. But every road bent back to here, to that hanging rope. And all my fear, I hear his voice in the midnight wind. Brother, don't let this be the end. The church bell rang from the hilltop stone, a sound that chilled me to the bone. And in that toll I felt the truth, the noose had waited for me too. Midnight on the gallows, black and still, echoes run across the hill. Lord, I carried silence like a blade, and let my brother bear my shame. If grace still burns in endless night, guide my feet toward what is right, before the earth takes all I am. Forgive the blood upon my hands. I dropped my bottle in the dirt, watched it break beside that earth, and carved his name into that wood, and wept there where the gallows stood. Midnight on the gallows passed me by. The moon still watched that endless sky. No rope came down, no judgment call, just mercy moving through it all. No fear, no lie, no ghost I knew could keep me from speaking the truth. Dust rolled slow through the graveyard gate, like old regrets I couldn't shake. Moonlight hung on crooked pine and cast long shadows over time. My coat was torn, my hat set low, boot heels dragging through the cold dirt road. In my hand a letter burned from all the lessons never learned. The town slept deep behind locked doors while I counted sins and old lost wars. Each step I took felt hard and thin, like walking back through where I'd been. Mercy in the dust, can you hear me now? A broken man with a heavy vow. Lord, I've chased dark roads and bitter gold, and left my heart out in the cold. If grace still breathes through midnight wind, pull me back where light begins. Before this grave takes all I've known, don't leave me in this dust alone. I reach the chapel by the hill. Candles flickered, the air stood still. The Bible lay where dust had grown, like truth that waited all alone. I read the words with trembling hands about forgiveness and promised lands, but every line cut deep like knives through all my wasted, crooked life. Outside the bells rang slow and low, like ghosts of all I used to know. And in that sound I heard the weight of every wound and twist of fate. Mercy in the dust, fall on me like rain on dead and broken trees. Lord, I've worn this shame like rusted steel, and every scar still cuts me deep. If mercy still can find this man, take these sins from these worn hands before the dark drags me below. Lead me where the lost souls go. I burned that letter at the cross, watched old pain turn into loss. The smoke rose up through moonlit skies, like all my truths and all my lies. Mercy in the dust, cold and near, was the only thing I felt that year. The moon stayed high, the night stayed black, but peace came drifting slowly back. No grave, no sin, no blood I bled could chain me to the life I led. Black water rolled by the county line, dark as the secrets I left behind. Moon hung low on that crooked stream, like a silver knife through a broken dream. Boots full of mud, coat torn thin, carrying scars beneath my skin. The river knew what I had done long before I learned to run. There's an old wood bridge where sinners meet, where gamblers drown and drifters bleed. I stood there still with a whiskey jar, counting sins beneath the stars. Moon over black water, shine on me through all the wreckage I can't unsee. Lord, I buried truth in ground and let my soul get dragging down. If mercy moves through this dark tide, pull me back from the other side before the river takes my name. Wash away my fear and shame. The wind cut hard through the cypress trees like whispered prayers on a dying breeze. I heard my brother's voice again, calling low through the river bend. He said you can't outrun your past, not with whiskey, gold, or cards. And every word felt sharp and cold like iron chains around my soul. The church bell rang from the hilltop dark, a lonely sound through the river's heart. And in that toll I felt the truth, the water held what I once knew. Moon over black water, pale and still, watch me kneel against your will. Lord, I've walked these roads half dead, with blood and sorrow where I tread. If grace still waits beyond these waves, lead me out before the grave, before this black tide drags me through. Show me what's left that's true. I poured that whiskey in the stream, watched it fade like a fever dream. Dropped my knife into the flow, let the dark take what I owed. Moon over black water, cold and wide, kept my sins but spared my life. The river ran, the night stayed deep, but peace found me where waters meet. No devil's debt, no outlaw stain could pull me down that dark again. Cut hard through the canyon wall, carried my name like a funeral call. Dust rose high from the barren ground, like a restless soul still circling round. My boots sank deep in the broken clay, on the same black trail I ran away. Years ago when I left this place, with stolen gold and a bitter taste. Now the moon looked down through hollow skies on crooked graves and old dead signs, and every step toward that graveyard hill felt like paying a blood-worn bill. Bones in the dust calling my name, like all my sins still burn the same. Lord, I walk through fire and lies, under moonlit roads and blackened skies. If mercy waits where the lost men fall, hear my voice through this midnight call. Before the earth takes what I owe, save my soul. I found that cross where my father lay, half buried deep in the wind-blown clay. His name was carved in splintered pine, like a wound still fresh in time. I dropped my hat and knelt down low, spoke the truth I'd never told, about the blood and the cards I played, and all the lives my greed betrayed. The chapel bell rang far away, like warning me I couldn't stay. And in the dark beside that grave, I felt the weight of what I became. Bones in the dust, cold and still, echoes drift down the graveyard hill. Lord, I've carried this iron shame like chains wrapped tight around my name. If grace can reach through desert stone, don't leave me here to face alone. Before my breath turns into smoke, break these chains before they choke. Stood still, no sound but bells beyond the hill. I laid my pistol in the dirt and let the silence take the hurt. Bones in the dust won't hold me down, no grave can claim this cursed old town. The moon burned high through endless black and lit the road that called me back. No ghost, no sin, no blood I spilled could keep me buried on that hill. Heavy as the sins I hide, dust drifted through the broken street, like ghosts that followed every step. The saloon was shut, the lamps burned low, moonlight cut through window smoke. My boots kept dragging through the mud, still stained dark with borrowed blood. There's a bounty on the man I was, pinned up high where the old boards rot. A younger face beneath that hat, a soul long gone, now wanted back. Cold iron prayer in my shaking hand, Lord, I'm tired of this cursed land. I've chased revenge through endless black, but all it did was drag me back. If mercy still can hear my voice, show me there's another choice before this trigger takes my breath. Save me from this walk with death. Down the jailhouse wall the names were carved, of thieves and drifters left in dark. I knew them all, drank with their ghosts, shared cheap whiskey and empty toasts. My brother's grave beyond the is still waits beneath that broken bridge. He died for debts I should have paid, and now his shadow calls my name. The chapel bell rang low and deep, like something waking from my sleep. And through the dark I heard the sound of chains still dragging on the ground. Cold iron prayer under moonlit skies. Lord, I'm worn from all these lies. I carried hate like loaded steel, till nothing beneath felt real. If grace still waits where sinners kneel, break this rage I always feel before my hands are stained again. Pull me from this life of sin. I lay that pistol on the altar wood, where my mama said I always should. The candles bent, the shadows swayed, and all my anger slowly gave. Cold iron prayer, now set aside. No blood remains for me to hide. The moon stayed high, the night stayed long, but somehow I knew where I belong. No iron weight, no outlaw name could pull me back to hell again. Black dirt clung to my worn-out boots by the graveyard gate where the dead sleep loose. Moonlight hung on crooked stones, and cold wind whispered through the bones. I brought a bottle and a rusted spade to dig through sins I never laid. The preacher said, boy, leave it be, but ghosts still kept on calling me. I knelt beside my brother's grave, the same one I was too late to save. My hands were stained from years gone by, and I still heard his final cry. Graveyard confession under blackened skies, telling my truth where the silence lies. Lord, I buried more than flesh and bone. I buried pieces of my soul alone. If mercy walks where the dead men sleep, come find the promises I couldn't keep before the dark drags me below. Hear this graveyard confession. The whiskey burned like bitter blame as I carved his old forgotten name. A coyote cried out through the hills, and everything around stood still. I spoke of blood, of of stolen nights, of poker debts and outlaw fights, of every lie I wore like skin, and every road that led to sin. The chapel bell rang through the dark like iron striking at my heart, and from the shadows by the pines I swore I saw those haunted eyes. Graveyard confession in the dead of night, begging the Lord to make it right. Lord, I carried guilt like iron chains through dust storms, whiskey and endless pain. If grace still waits for men like me, lost where the blind can never see, before my breath turns cold as stone, take this graveyard confession. I dropped that bottle in the dirt, watched it break beside the earth, then bowed my head beneath the cross, counting all that I had lost. No thunder rolled, no angel sang, just church bells crying through the rain. Graveyard confession, blood and dust laying down pride, fear and rust. The moon still hung, the night stayed black, but I felt peace come drifting back. No grave, no ghost, no past untold could keep me buried in the cold. Dust blew hard through the chapel cracks, carried old sins and brought them back. Moonlight hung on splintered wood, like faded grace where I once stood. My coat was torn, my boots were stained from whiskey spills and outlaw games. A pocket watch had long gone dead, like all the vows inside my chest. The altar stood in candle smoke, beneath the weight of prayers once spoke. I laid my Bible on that stone, like bringing home what I had known. Ashes by the altar, cold and gray, like all the debts I couldn't pay. Lord, I've carried fire in my veins and dragged my soul through dust and pain. If mercy still can reach this far, broken hearts and barroom scars, before the dark pulls me below, let these ashes be all I owe. I heard the wind through hollow pines, like whispered hymns from buried time. Each splintered pew held ghostly stains of broken vows and sacred names. I spoke out loud of all my crimes, the crooked deals, the wasted nights, the blood I spilled, the trust I burned, and every lesson never learned. The church bell rang through midnight black, like judgment knocking at my back. And in the flame I saw my past turn into smoke and drift at last. Ashes by the altar, black as rain, falling soft through all my shame. Lord, I've worn this guilt like iron rust, till all I touched turned back to dust. If grace still lives inside these walls, hear my voice when darkness calls. Before my bones are claimed by stone, don't leave this sinner here alone. I burn the letters, burn the lies, watch them fade before my eyes. The candles show, the shadows dance, like heaven gave one final chance. Ashes by the altar drifting low, like all the pain I used to know. The moon still burned above the land, but peace fell soft on these worn hands. No grave, no ghost, no outlaw sin could pull me to that dark again. The pine stood still on the ridge that night, tall as graves in pale moonlight. Dust on my coat, mud on my jeans, carrying weight from broken dreams. That old dirt road knew every lie, every curse I threw at the sky, every bottle I broke in rage, every debt I never paid. At the edge of the woods by a rusted sign was the place where I buried mine. A sack of silver, a stolen ring, and all the shame that greed could bring. Sin beneath the pines runs deep, buried where the dead roots sleep. Lord, I hid my hands beneath the dirt, but the truth still drags and burns. If mercy walks these hollow trees, come cut me loose and set me free before the dark comes calling in. Wash away this buried sin. I dug that ground with a shaking hand, cold black soul like cursed sand. The moon looked sharp through broken limbs, like heaven watching all my sins. I found that sack still tied in rope, heavy as guilt, empty of hope. The silver gleam like serpent skin, a shine that pulled me back again. Then church bells rang from far away, like a warning through the darkened plains. And in the wind I heard my name, like my mama speaking through the rain. Sin beneath the pines still breathes, wrapped in roots and buried grief. Lord, I've walked too far in crooked ways, through whiskey nights and lawless days. If grace still waits beyond my shame, call me back and stake your claim before the earth takes all I've been. Save me from this buried sin. That silver in the fire pit, watch the flames consume all of it. The smoke climbed high through moonlit black, and I knew there was no turning back. Sin beneath the pines turned to ash like broken ghosts from a shattered past. The moon stayed cold, the night stayed long, but I could feel where I belong. No devil's corn, no outlaw gold could buy the soul